Hi, good evening, everybody. I have decided to share my story as part of the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month and hopefully encourage people to focus on this subject and learn from my story in a way. So it's been 2 years since I found out that I have a lump in my breast by mistake, purely by chance. I was walking in my kitchen. It was 6 p.m. on Friday, and the tea towel was falling out of my hand. So I grabbed it, I tried to catch it, and I crossed my arms. And how I crossed them, I felt like a bruise up here, up, up here in the top quadrant of my breast, and it was hard. And I'm like, I kind of smiled, and I was like, it's some kind of bruise. Let's have a look. And I touched it, and it was a huge lump, like for me, scary huge. It was the size of avocado stone, so it was something like this, like 2 centimeters big, 1 inch big. And it was scary because what to do on Friday night? Well, there was nothing to do. So I went on Monday morning to my GP. She straight away sent me to specialists to get the mammograph, to get screening. I got there on Friday. She even recommended who to go to see, who she recommends and trusts. I went there on Friday because there was a bank holiday during the week and he had time off. There was a doctor, a lady doctor, that checked me, and immediately she said that it's not like fat tissue or anything like that, that it is a tumor, but we don't know if it's benign or not. So there are always like three scenarios when you find out something like this. One of them is that it's really nothing and it will get dissolved or something, or what happens with those things, I don't know. And the other two, it's tumor, but it can be benign or not. There is always a hope that it's nothing, but the most important thing is to do something when you find it, and that's what I'm trying to spread. That's what I'm trying to talk about. That's why I'm sharing my story. And that was on Friday, and she told me that the next Friday, the following Friday, I will get results from the biopsy. I didn't have to wait that long. On Thursday, I received a call. It was the 6th of October 2016 at 8:45 a.m. when I received a call from the doctor I was supposed to see in the first place, and he just said, look, I am so and so, we didn't meet, but I saw your results and it's bad. It's really bad. You need to come tomorrow and we need to act. What's interesting, over the 2 years and my encounters with different doctors, none of them use the word cancer. None. They say it's bad, it's really bad, and from the tone you know what they are talking about. At least here, I'm talking about Czech Republic. I'm from Czech Republic. This is how it is. And they, in a way, they don't try to scare you, I guess, because the word is awful. It's got also a stupid label behind it, and it's scary and threatening. In my instance, the biopsies, they actually, the next day when I went to see him, they had to do another biopsy because they knew it's cancer and it's very aggressive. But the results were inconclusive, so they didn't know what type of cancer it is to design the treatment process for me. We already booked the surgery and stuff because he was like, look, I really want it out of you as quickly as possible. So the second test was the same. It didn't show anything, and we were like, let's get it out and do pathology on it, and after that we will know what it is. We will decide the treatment afterwards, but let's not leave it in your body. Which is definitely right, because I had a stupid one. Anyhow, let's not get distracted. What I'm trying to say is, time matters. In the group that I was in for the chemo treatments and stuff, there were 18-year-old girls. There was a girl that was 24-year-old and pregnant when she found out she's got cancer, like me. And unfortunately, it's not only about girls, it's also about men. Because men, you have breasts too. And you do need to check it regular as we do. It is a subject that is relevant to you. I know it's not fair, but hey, I don't think cancer is fair. So you really need to do that. It's a long time. If there was the time that it was only for older women, probably it never was the case. We just didn't know about it. It is about all of us. Doesn't matter what age you are. The paradox. 5 months before I found the lump and I got the diagnosis, I was at a check-in. In Czech, when we start a new job, we have to have appointed GP check-in that we are physically fit to do the work. And she did do examination, thorough examination of my breasts. She didn't find, there was nothing at that point. That was 5 months before that. In the 3 weeks, when they measure it, it grew by 1 centimeter, which is half an inch, I think. For me, it means like it all grew like 2 months. That's how long I had it. So think about it. If my thing was 2 months, it was big, like really big when I got out. In 2 months, some mammograph and some screening once a year or twice a year once you are 45-year-old, well, it's not really about that. That's not being proactive. I'm sorry, that's in a way being lazy and relying on somebody else. It's our responsibility to know our own body and then demand the checkups that we need and the attention. I would rather make myself look stupid in the waiting room and in front of a doctor than miss it and then regret it. When they took it out and when I got the pathology results, the oncologist that I got, she was very clear on the fact that 2 more weeks, 14 more days in my body, the cancer would spread and metastasize. And I guarantee you one thing, if that was the case, considering what my situation was, I wouldn't be here today and I wouldn't make this video. I'm quite confident in it. That's why I'm sharing this. Maybe it's a little a selfish reason as well, because I see it a kind of a therapy for me to talk about it. I want to take away the power that cancer has over me. And I also want to, even if it change one life, somebody that by watching this video will check their breast or share this message with somebody else and they do it, it's worth it for me. It really is. And I wanted to go beyond my friends and people that I meet. I want to join the group of great people that are so brave to share this story as well, and show that cancer really doesn't discriminate and doesn't look at your age. So that's why I'm doing it. And for me, the important message from this video is you need to be proactive. Look at the timescales that I've given you. I did have a checkup 5 months before. There was nothing. And the fact that 2 more weeks in my body and it would be metastasized and spread, that's scary enough. Also to act. When I found the lamp, it was the weekend before I started a new job. Of course, I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What is my employer going to do about it? So I kept quiet until I knew what's going on. It was very hard to pretend that everything is all right, but I didn't know them. They didn't know me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to be seen as a drama queen, and then it turns out it's nothing, and I didn't want to lose the job. It doesn't matter what kind of situations you are in, what kind of stress you have, the health really should be the number one priority. And if you do find something, act and go have it checked out. And I will stress again, it's not only the question of women, it's also the question for men. I would encourage you to use the month of October to have a look at videos. There are plenty of videos on YouTube how to check, what is the process of checking, depending on your age in a way. And really try to be regular in those checks. And if something happens, be brave and go have it checked. Because there is always a chance it's nothing. And if it is something, it will be in the early stage. Thank you, and I hope to talk to you at some point to share more of my story later. Bye.